So I wanted to share my basal cell carcinoma story. I am getting ready to have my second surgery. So I had back in 2014 when I was 30, 34. I had a small patch of skin under my eye right here, and I went in to go have it biopsied. It was smaller, it was just a different texture skin, and it was smaller than the end of an eraser. And they did the biopsy, which horrified me. It was like almost like a hole punch that they did out of my face, and then there was just like a circle of skin that had to heal over time. I had trouble getting my results, and so they said that they called me, but I didn't get my results for almost probably 2 months after the original biopsy, and they told me it was positive and had me come in. And I assumed that they had already taken most of it, that they would take a little bit more. And so I was kind of shocked when they went in and cut out the remaining basal cell that was there. It's hard to see now after 8 years, but it runs, there's a line that runs here. It was like maybe 8 to 10 stitches, and I'm gonna drop in a photo so you'll be able to see that. This first picture is the biopsy site, and it's actually larger than the original basal cell site. This was surprising to me. I had gone in and thought that they would do a little scraping. This next picture shows the healing from the biopsy site, and it would have been, I can't remember exactly how long, somewhere between 4 and 8 weeks. This picture was taken immediately after I removed the bandage from my face. It shows the length of the overall cut and the stitches. I was not prepared for that large of a cut to take out such a small basal cell piece. So if you're having this done, I would be aware that they're going to take a little bit more skin probably than what you anticipate. I also had a bit of swelling and bruising around my eyes and nose and cheek. After 6 months of good daily care, this is what my face looked like without a filter. My dermatologist did an extraordinary job matching up the seams of my skin. There was no overlap. It was a very straight line. And what I did after that is I really wore hats. I kept on sunscreen. I use a tanning lotion now, but during the time that it was healing, I made sure that it was never in the sun. I massaged it. After it had healed, I used Moderna. And I just really tried to help it heal nicely. So this is about a little over 8 years of healing on my face. And then just recently, a few months ago, probably 4 or 5 months ago, I noticed a little spot just above my lip, and it almost looked like a zit or a pimple or some type of infection, but it just seemed to never heal. And so I kept waiting for it to heal, and then I decided I was going to go in. I waited a few weeks for my appointment, and the doctor took a look at it, and he initially said, "It doesn't look like much, but I'd like to do a biopsy since you came in." And so he did a biopsy, and I was prepared to have a hole in my face. But when I removed the bandage, it was a very small biopsy. So I really was feeling pretty positive at this point, that it was definitely going to be negative, and the biopsy spot wasn't even that big. So the spot is right here on my lip, and that's even biopsied. So it's difficult to see, but you can definitely feel a texture difference in there, and there's a little bit of a raised space as well. I am gonna just take videos and pictures as I go through the surgery and healing process for people who haven't been through this before. What they will more than likely do is they'll do an incision that runs almost in a triangular space, and then they'll close that gap together. And hopefully it's nothing that requires additional like reconstructive surgeries, but I will take videos of that as well.